Welcome to the Fit Chicks and Hormones podcast, where we focus on all things midlife, hormones, and how to finally feel good in your body again. I'm Angie, a fellow midlife survivor, here to help you stop guessing and finally get results with hormone smart habits that actually work. Let's get started. So if the title of this intrigued you because you feel like you're doing all the things, right? No matter what you do, you can't get rid of your belly fat. You're trying the dieting, you're trying to work out, you're eating cleaner, you're doing all the things that you're seeing on Instagram or Facebook. But nothing is changing. Nothing is shifting and nothing is happening. So if that is you, you're in the right place. Okay. I know how frustrating this be because I hear it from all the women I talk with, right? Every single day. They're even telling me, but I'm doing all these things and nothing's changing. They've tried every diet under the sun. Nothing's changing. The belly fat just keeps hanging on. I went through that too. I went through this phase, and it was because I was trying to fight all the things that my body was trying to tell me I needed to change. It was really annoying. I didn't love it. And I was like, why is this not working? Why are these things that I know that are right? I'm eating good. I'm working out. I'm doing all the things that I've been doing for years, that I've been teaching my clients, but I wasn't seeing progress. And that's because my body was in a different place. My body was in a different place than it was when these things worked before. So today I want to share 3 reasons why your belly fat isn't going anywhere. And number 1 is going to explain why things are just a little bit harder and it's not working and it's really not all your fault. Okay? And I want you to let me know as I'm going through these things if you can relate to what I'm talking about. If you're like, yes, I understand, that's me. Or if you've tried these things and they still aren't working, because then we can have a chat. Okay, so reason number 1 that you're still struggling to lose that belly fat is your hormones are working against you. And it is not fair. So, when you are in perimenopause and menopause, so this can be anywhere from your late 30s, you can start going into perimenopause, up to your 60s. So that's a lot of time in there that your body is just kind of all out of whack, right? So what's happening is your estrogen levels are going down. Sometimes they're going down really slow. If you're in early perimenopause, if you're in menopause, they're dropping quickly. And it's the estrogen. That is the hormone that has been helping you to burn fat all these years. So if you're losing it, that's why it's harder. Here is what estrogen used to do for you. She kept your metabolism running fast. We know that's good for fat burning, right? She helped you store fat on your thighs and your hips instead of your belly. So now maybe you have it all the places, like me. She helped your body handle sugar better. So when you did have sugar, you were able to control those cravings. Your body didn't store it as fat on your belly. And she also helped you to keep your muscle. So estrogen was our friend. We love estrogen. But when she's dropping, that is what's throwing our body off. And that is why we have to kind of shift the way that we try things now. Okay, because your body is working differently. Your metabolism is getting slower, and your body wants to store fat around your middle now. And here's why. Belly fat can make a little bit of estrogen. Great, right? Which is good because we need the estrogen, and your body's like, well, I'm going to get estrogen wherever I can, so I'm going to store it as belly fat. And then your body thinks it's helping you. I know, not fair. But that's what it's doing. The whole point of your body is to keep you alive, to keep you functioning, to keep you moving forward. We might not like the things that it does to do that, but that is what's happening. And this is why the same diet and exercise routine that worked 10, 20 years ago, it's not working now. Your body has different needs, and you need to do something different. Remember that old saying, doing the same thing over and over and over again and not getting results, sign of insanity. Yeah, it's time to shift things. It's time to do something different, okay? We don't want to give up. But you need to understand that your body is doing exactly what it's designed to do right now. And if you make some simple shifts. It doesn't need to be a crazy extreme diet. It doesn't need to be a ton of diet pills. It doesn't need to be all the crazy things that are going on out there. Simple shifts that work with your body is at right now, then you will see the belly fat disappear. I've seen it happen with my clients. I have them taking belly measurements every single week so they can track their progress. We do that versus stepping on the scale. Because sometimes when you're doing some of these shifts that I'm going to talk about, the scale may either stay the same or it may even go up. But that's not a bad thing. That's a sign that your body is healing. Okay? So that's number one. It's your hormones, your estrogen. That is, and it's not all your fault, right? Because that's what's happening. But here's what we can do to shift things instead and to start seeing that belly fat go down. So reason number two, what you think is working, it's not. So let's talk about these healthy habits that you feel should be helping you. These are the things you're seeing to do on Instagram, on Facebook, all the things, social media, somebody's telling you to do. It's coming back again to your body is in a different place right now. And she doesn't like what worked before. So again, you think you're eating clean. That's supposed to be working. Working out, that's supposed to be working. Those things aren't working. And let's start here, okay? So workouts. We all think cardio is the way to go. But you're doing too much cardio and not enough weight training. And I know we've been told that cardio burns fat. I mean, I used to think cardio was the only way you could lose fat. But not now. Not during the perimenopause and menopausal years. Too much cardio is actually going to make your stress hormone go up. You know, that thing I talk about all the time, cortisol. It's not what we want. High stress tells your body to hold on to the belly fat. Plus, cardio doesn't build muscle, and you really need muscle if you want to keep burning calories, keep that metabolism going, and maintain the muscle, because the more muscle you have, you burn calories and you burn fat doing nothing, just because you have more muscle mass on your body. So that is why I'm not saying you can't do cardio, but cut it down a little bit and make sure you're adding some weight training, okay? The next thing that is the healthy habit that we think we're doing right is you're eating too little. This is one of the hardest things for me to get to women to understand, because we've been taught, eat less and you will lose weight. And yes, it's true, right? That's how you actually do have to lose weight, unless you've been under eating for way too long. Here's what happens. When you eat too little, especially during this time of your life, your body goes into saving mode, which it saves the fat to keep you alive. Remember, its whole point is to keep you alive. Your metabolism slows down, and guess where it stores the extra food? Right in your midsection. Okay? So, under eating is actually making things worse. It's giving you more belly fat. And then let's talk about the carbs. Okay? Maybe you're like, oh, I need to cut out carbs. You know, keto is the biggest thing. I tried keto too. I did keto for a while. It only worked for so long. And then as soon as I wanted to have and enjoy some carbs, guess what happened? I gained 10 pounds. So you're trying to cut out carbs because you see that that's what's working for that woman, or that's what's working for your sister, that's what's working for your friend. But guess what? It's not sustainable, especially in these perimenopause and menopausal years. And they're doing it because you may see weight drop off quickly. But what happens when you go out on the weekend and have a piece of pizza? What happens when you want to have a piece of toast with your breakfast? What happens when you go out with friends and you want to enjoy some drinks? Yeah, those are all carbs. They're going to put the weight right back on. So you actually need to train your body to work with these carbohydrates, okay? And you need carbs for energy, especially when you're working out. Carbs also help with stress. They help you to recover from your workouts. And when you cut those carbohydrates too low, your stress hormones go up, your belly fat increases, and it's harder to get through your workouts. I'm now eating more carbs than I've probably eaten in the last 8 years. And I'm losing belly fat. And I'm building more muscle. And I'm feeling stronger. And I'm feeling the best I have in years. Excuse me. So, eat your carbs. Just make sure they're good carbs, not the pizza and the pasta that I talked about, right? You can have them, but you got to train your body how to eat them. Next thing is you're eating too many processed foods and protein bars, thinking you're getting enough protein. Like all those packages you say, oh, it says it has high protein cereal, high protein bar, high protein whatever it is that you're finding, because they're all over, right? But if you actually read the ingredients and you look at the macros on the back, they're not all protein. They may have some protein in them, but the majority of them are probably carbohydrates and a lot of chemicals. They're chemicals and they have fake ingredients, and what happens is these mess with your hormones. And what happens then is your body can't detox them, and what happens then, you store belly fat. So you think you're doing something good for your body because, you know what, everybody's telling me I need to eat more protein, so you're grabbing a protein bar. Ooh, I can get more protein with this protein bar. But you're actually making it harder for you to lose weight, harder for you to get rid of the belly fat. And I get it, it's quick, it's easy, right? Sometimes I do it, but not all the time. Only like if I'm traveling and I need something that is easy to travel with. Or, it's going to be a long time before I get a meal, I have to get something in. But read your ingredients. Look at the labels. Stop using them if you can, and only use them when you absolutely need to. Instead, try a clean protein powder. This is the thing that's so easy, but the hardest thing for people to get in their head. You can get a whole big thing of protein powder, which is going to save you more money than buying protein bars. You can get probably about 25 to 30 grams of protein in one scoop, in one shot, and it's clean protein. Put it in some water, put it in some almond milk, boom, you get an extra protein right there. I mean, that's so easy without all the added carbs, without all the added chemicals, okay? If you want some suggestions on clean proteins, reach out to me and I will get those to you. And the last thing is, you're not eating enough real protein. This is where we're going to. I probably should have switched these around talking about getting more protein. But I don't want you to eat the junk protein. Okay? Most women that I work with and that I come in contact with or have conversations with are eating about half of the protein of what they actually need. When they start tracking, they find that they're around 60 to 75 grams of protein. You should have a minimum of 100 grams. That's the starting point. That's a starting point for everyone. Okay? I usually am eating around 160 to 180 grams of protein. And I have no problem hitting my protein. Sometimes my protein goes too high, but I'm okay with that, right? You have to eat enough protein. When you are not eating enough protein, you're not maintaining your muscle. And we are quickly losing muscle during this time, in your 30s, 40s, and 50s. Quickly losing muscles. And if you don't want to be that old, frail woman that falls down and breaks a hip and ends up in the hospital, you need to maintain your muscle. So you need to eat more protein. And a good thing about protein is it helps to keep you full. So the cravings that you're having all the time, they're going to go away. You're going to feel more satisfied. You're not going to be snacking all day because you're going to be full. And when you snack all day, this causes issues with blood sugar. I could go on that for hours, but I won't. I'll save that for another day. So, protein. During perimenopause and menopause, you need more protein, not less, to maintain muscle mass and keep your metabolism working so that it will help you to burn off the belly fat. Okay? So that's number 2. Those are the things, all those healthy habits that we're doing, but we may just need to tweak them a little bit. Okay? Number 3, you aren't doing the boring things that work with your hormones. And I know we all want the fun things, we want the exciting things, we want the new things that everybody's doing, but it's the boring stuff that actually works. I just talked about this in my podcast. Not the fancy diets, not the crazy workouts, just being consistent with the boring basics. I promise you, the women that are getting results, the ones who are getting rid of belly fat, that are feeling good in their body, they're the ones that stick with simple things day after day. They're consistent. I'm the boring woman. I do the same things every single day. I do the boring things. My clients do the boring things, but guess what? We're getting results. We're feeling better in our bodies, and we're losing belly fat. So what are those boring things you need to focus on? Well, I want you to stop and ask yourself, okay, how many of these can you check off that yes, you're doing, or maybe I need to start doing these? Are you lifting weights 2 to 3 times a week? If no, start there. If you don't have workouts, look on YouTube. If you want workouts, reach out to me. But starting somewhere, even if you don't have equipment, you can start with body weight. A lot of my clients, when they travel, I'm like, here's some body weight workouts. These will be just as good as doing anything with some dumbbells or barbells. Something is better than nothing always. When you are lifting weights, it helps to build the muscle. Muscle burns more calories all day long, even when you're not doing anything. More muscle equals a faster metabolism, which makes it easier for your body to lose fat. And when you start lifting weights, when you start building muscle, yes, the scale may go up, but your body composition will change. You're going to look smaller. Your belly fat's going to go away. I promise. Next, ask yourself, are you eating enough protein? Your goal is to aim for 25 to 35 grams of protein at each meal. If you don't know how much you're eating, you need to track. I'm not saying you need to track forever, but you need to figure out where you're at. This helps to build the muscle, helps to keep you full, and your body burns calories when you are digesting protein. I mean, you want to get extra calorie burn instead of going out and doing the cardio. How about eat some protein, right? That's an easy way to burn calories. And you want it to be good, healthy proteins, not like the protein bars, not like the protein cereals or the protein muffins or whatever they are. Greek yogurt, eggs, chicken, turkey, fish, beans, protein shakes. The boring foods. Boring foods get you results. Okay? Next, ask yourself, are you focusing on sleep and a nighttime routine? And are you trying, or at least trying to manage on lowering your stress levels? Again, I know this sounds boring, but I don't want to go to bed early. I get it. I don't want to manage my stress. I got too much going on. I can't do it. But keeping your stress down is huge when it comes to losing belly fat. Remember that friend that we talked about, or I should say our not so fun friend, cortisol? Yeah, she likes to sit right in your midsection. And if you don't manage her, she will continue to grow and grow and grow. So you need to manage your sleep. And you need to find out what that is. I cannot tell you, you need to go journal. You need to meditate. Nope, you need to find what that is for you. I just talked about at the beginning of this, my stress management is sitting on a paddleboard on the water. That's it. That's the best thing for me. I have other things, but that's my favorite. Mine also is doing the boring habits, because that keeps my stress levels down because I know what I need to do every single day. And sleep. Oh my goodness, sleep. This has been something since I was in my early 40s when I went through all the mold stuff and I wasn't sleeping. I was sleeping maybe 3 to 4 hours for months on end every single night. It was horrible. When you get better sleep, when you are focused on your sleep, you feel less stressed. Am I right? You eat less junk. Am I right? You feel like working out. You feel more motivated. You want to eat better. All the things fall into place when you get good sleep. So you need to figure out what that nighttime routine looks like for you so that you can get good sleep. Next, ask yourself, are you eating foods that help your hormones? So this means healthy fats. I know some of us are like, oh, I can't eat fats. I'll get fat. No, that's not it. You need healthy fats like avocados, nuts, olive oils. These are not only good for your hormones, but they're good for your brain health. So if you're struggling with look at me as I'm struggling to think, focusing and clarity and all that, add some healthy fats. Now, you don't need a ton, but you need some. If you're cutting out fats, you're doing all the low-fat yogurt, low-fat cottage cheese, low-fat cheese, all that, you're skipping out on the fats that your body needs. Now, I'm not saying you need to get fats from those things, but your body and your hormones actually need fats to survive. So, and you also need to be eating lots of vegetables. You eat vegetables, you get your fiber. You get your fiber, you poop regularly. Then that means that you're detoxing all the stuff that's in your body that doesn't need to be there instead of letting it circulate and cause more issues. You're eating regular regular meals, right? Throughout the day, 3 times. 3 meals and a snack. This is what I tell my clients, because how often do we get to 3 o'clock and we're starving, or we're cranky, or we're tired, or we're moody, or whatever it is? Have a snack. Make sure it's full of protein. Your day's going to go so much better. And then you're not going to binge eat dinner, right? Don't skip your breakfast. Most important meal of the day. Make it high in protein. Remember, 25 to 30 grams of protein. Don't skip breakfast, snack all day, and then eat a whole bunch of food right before you go to bed. What's going to happen? Your body's going to store it as fat. Okay? So no more starving yourself. Eat the food, people. Eat the food, ladies. Your body loves food. I love food. My husband makes fun of me all the time. All the time. I'll go, guess what? He'll say, you're hungry, because you're always hungry. And he's right. I love to eat. I'm not afraid to eat. And the last thing I want you to ask yourself is, are you being patient with this process? That's probably the hardest thing, right? Because we want results yesterday. We're used to the quick results, those pills that are going to make it happen right now, or whatever, or the way it used to work when we were in our 20s, not working that way anymore. You need to be patient. Your body is going through a lot right now. So you need to give yourself grace and focus on consistency over perfection. Perfect is not going to get you anywhere. It's going to get you frustrated and irritated, and you're going to give up. Consistent. Pick one thing every single day. Pick 2 things. Add on 2 things. Add on another thing. Be consistent with the boring things. The women that get the best results are the ones who stick with these hormone-friendly habits long term. Not just during the week and then they go off on the weekend. Not just for a month and then they go off for the summer. Consistently, month after month. Yeah, you're going to have bad days. You may even have a bad month, but that doesn't mean you need to give up and keep moving in that direction. Stop, reset, get yourself back. I promise that losing belly fat during perimenopause and menopause is not impossible. I've seen it. I see it happen. I do it with my clients. But it does require a different approach. You need to find what works with your body right now. So if you're tired of fighting your body and ready to try a different approach, instead of struggling and doing all the things and not seeing any results, I would love to help you. I've learned. I went through all of this. I've experienced it all so that I can help you all, okay? I do have some spots left in my 30-day menopause boot camp. Now, registration ends Friday. It's a holiday. Don't wait till do it then because you're going to be busy. Register before. We start on Monday, so you can enjoy your holiday weekend. I'm going to send out information over the weekend so you have time to just relax, look through it, check it out, to be prepared and ready to go on Monday. I'll be sending out videos to help you get started. I'm not going to throw a bunch of information at you so you're like overwhelmed. We're going to do it step by step together. Okay? Easy, simple, healthy habits that are going to get you moving in the right direction. And help you create the lifestyle that works for you. Not the lifestyle that works for your friend or me or my other clients, for you. Because you need to figure out what works best for you. Your lifestyle is different than everyone else. Every single woman is different. And not only are we going to help you to learn, not only are you going to lose the belly fat, but you're going to have more energy. You're going to get better sleep. You're going to have less inflammation and less stress. You're going to feel better in control of your body. And you're going to know what to do moving forward. I'm going to be supporting you throughout these 30 days. I don't just give you the information and say, go at it, good luck. Nope, I'm there. I'm there checking in on you. I'm there helping you move through it. When you have questions, I answer them because there will be lots of questions. And this is your opportunity to ask me. So you don't feel stuck or alone. Because how many times have we tried diets? How many times have we tried things and we get to a point where nothing's working, but we don't know who to ask about it. We don't know who to how do we ask a question if there's nobody on the other side of that? Here's where you get to ask the questions when you get stuck so that we can move forward, okay? And also you're going to do it with a bunch of women. Always doing it with other people keeps you motivated, keeps you pushing forward, right? Because you know that you're not in this alone. And you get new ideas, you get more motivated, all the things that you keep moving through it. I am going to tell you this. If you join this, and you look at the information and you don't do anything, you're not going to get results. You have to do the things. And participating answering the questions that I ask, showing up for yourself, that's how you're going to get results. Because those are habits. That's the momentum that's going to keep you going forward. So if you want details about the 30-day menopause bootcamp, DM me or come at bootcamp and I will send it to you. Like I said, I've done this before. I did it for 2 weeks and I was like, it's not long enough, just not long enough. So now I get to spend 30 days with you, and we know that 21 days is about the time where you establish these new habits. So you're going to get more time than that. So you're going to be I'll be setting you up for success to go out on your own if that's what you want to do. Okay, that's all. I was hoping this would be 15 minutes, and I think it was a little bit longer. I like to talk. I like to share. So if this resonated with you, drop a fire emoji. Yes, thank you for this. I love this. Whatever you got for me. Tag a friend that maybe who's struggling to lose belly fat in menopause, and maybe they need to know these tips. Or share it on your story, share it on your page, whatever. I appreciate the shares, the likes, the follows, the whatever you can do for me, because this helps me to educate other women that are out there, because not everybody gets to see this. So if you see it, please share it with someone else. Thank you again. I appreciate you so much. Take care of yourself, ladies, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks for tuning in. If today's episode hit home, make sure to subscribe to the show and share it with a friend who needs it too. And if you're ready for more support, come hang out with us in the Fit Chicks and Hormones community. The link is in the show notes. And until next time, keep showing up for yourself. You deserve it.